Hello, King John School. Mr. Sappong here leading on this week's virtual assembly. I hope you're all doing well at home and I hope you're taking good care of yourselves. Strange times we are in. I'm sure you've heard this said over the last few weeks a number of times. But I took this picture this morning as I drove into work. Empty car park, no teachers parked in there because we use a sixth form car park at the moment. At this particular point in time, most of you would be walking through coming into school. Here I am today delivering this assembly in an empty classroom. Normally I'll be stood in the new assembly hall with about 350 of you sat in front of me. But I still think there's a message that we can learn today. Now in today's assembly I am going to be talking about our core values. I want to concentrate on a particular aspect of our core values today. Now I know that you know our core values and you know that we value high aspirations for the King John School. We strive to maximize our potential. We believe in a passion for learning. We strive to be resilient. But the aspect that I want to talk about today is how we strive to contribute positively as local, national and global citizens. Now as we do battle against the coronavirus, there's so many examples around us that we should be able to learn from. I'm just going to pick a few of them today and see what lessons that we can learn from these examples. Now, on a global level, I'm sure you're all aware, if you've been keeping track of the news, that the World Health Organization has been leading on a massive effort, coordinating the work that doctors and scientists in particular have been doing all across the world. One, to be able to work in labs, to be able to develop a vaccine that will be able to cure us of this disease, but also coordinating doctors and medical personnel, sharing information all over the world in terms of how we can be able to actually cure patients who are in hospitals at the moment. And you also know that all across the world, various key workers, be they doctors, nurses, paramedics, shop workers, teachers, porters, you've got bus drivers, so many examples that I could give to you, and the list goes on and on and on. All of them, all across the world, are putting their lives at risk, going out there supporting this battle against this coronavirus. Now when I come down to a national level, where else could I start? I can't go anywhere else but start with Captain Thomas More. I will speak again about Captain Thomas More towards the end of this assembly, but Captain Thomas More has done so much over the last few weeks by just deciding to walk around his garden 100 times to raise £1,000 for the NHS. See where he is today, and there's a lot to learn from this, and we'll come back to this later on. Now also on a national level, I've already mentioned all our key workers. We all come out on a Thursday evening at 8 o'clock and we clap for our key workers who are, like I said, putting themselves at risk every single day to make sure that they support us through this period of time, and that's then contributing positively as national citizens as we battle this coronavirus. Now on a local level, what are we doing? No better place to start than King John itself. I'm sure you are all aware of the fact that your colleagues have been in school, your friends have been in school, and they have been making visors. We've made well over 100 visors that have been donated to care homes and hospitals around the area. And that is our contribution on your behalf as we all try and contribute positively to fight this coronavirus at this particular point in time. Now we've also donated, and the science department has also donated goggles, disposable gloves and gowns to the Southend Hospital, showing our contribution as well as the school on your behalf in battling this virus. And these are all positive contributions that hopefully you can learn from as well. The question is, what are you doing? What is your contribution? What is your positive contribution at this particular point in time? You may not realize it, but you are contributing massively to this. You are staying at home. Now, as an 11-year-old, 12-year-old, and as a teenager, I couldn't have imagined myself staying at home for 5, 6, 7 weeks and probably even more. So I know how difficult it must be for you staying at home. You must be missing friends and family. You have also taken responsibility for your learning at home from the phone calls that we are making to your parents, checking to see how you are doing. And that is how you are contributing massively to this effort to battle this coronavirus. Now, even more will be expected of you, and this is where I set you a challenge and I make a plea as well. It won't be long before we are back. And while you guys are at home, we are in school planning how are we going to make it safe for you when you come back into school. How do we make it safe for you? How do we also guarantee that you're also able to catch up on the learning that you've missed? And when you do join us, there may be different rules that we have in place just to ensure that you are safe in school. And I know that at King John, like we always do, you will rise to that challenge and will be able to forge through this period of time together. Do not underestimate what you're doing at the moment. What you're doing is you're helping us battle this disease by staying at home. And when you come into school, I know you contribute massively to any kind of measures that we have in place in terms of social distancing, just to make sure that you stay safe, teachers stay safe, and we are all able to learn and catch up on the learning that we have missed as well. Now I come back to Captain Thomas More again. There's a message that I want to share with you. I would like to think that at that particular point in time when Captain Thomas More decided that he was going to walk around his garden 100 times to raise £1,000 for the NHS, he would never have envisioned what has happened today. He's almost raised £30 million, and I'm sure by the time that this assembly probably gets to you, he would have raised more than that. And the lesson I want us to learn from this is, at a time like this, when we are all facing challenges, it is very easy to think about yourself and think about how you can help yourself to pull yourself through. But believe it or not, this is the time when you can think about others. Now, Captain Thomas More could have easily said to himself he was going to self-isolate, he was going to keep himself at home and see himself through this period of time. But he decided to make a decision. A small decision it may have looked like at that particular point in time. And that decision was just to walk around his garden and raise £1,000. The important thing about that decision is that decision was not made for himself. He made that decision as a commitment to help others. And as a result of him making that decision, as a commitment of helping others, this is where he is today. If there's any of you out there, and you can share this message with your parents, with your brothers and sisters as well, if there's any of you out there who are finding this time really challenging and thinking, what can I do to pull myself through? It may not seem like it, but actually making a decision to help others, being kind, will end up being what will bring you joy and happiness. Because as the people around you begin to feel happy and joyful, that has an impact on you as well. I know it may not sound like that's what you need to do, especially when you are struggling and probably not finding it very easy to cope mentally at this particular point in time. But think about what you can do for others. Think about how you can contribute positively as a local, national, or global citizen. And if you think about others, and you think about being kind to others, and you think about how you'll be able to help others, that in itself will bring you some kind of joy and happiness and pull you through this very difficult time. And I know that when we come back to school, you will all be doing that. You will all be supporting yourselves and supporting every single one of us to be able to help you, like I said, to keep you safe and help you to bridge the gap in learning that has been missed over the last few weeks. We do miss you, and we hope it won't be long before we see you in these corridors again. In the meantime, what I need you to do is, I need you to stay at home, I need you to protect the NHS, I need you to stay to save lives. And I'll leave you with a last message. I want you to stay positive. I want you to keep smiling. And I want you to be kind. Thank you very much. See you all soon.